So can you believe it that tonight we actually saw once again the return of the Wyatt Six? Because Wyatt Six, who knows where the hell they've been for the last like 6, 7, 8 months, whatever it's been. I think the last time I seen the Wyatt Six was them losing to somebody who we haven't seen at all as well, Karrion Kross, on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Tonight, the Wyatt Six made their return in the tag team main event match that we had for the tag team titles between the Street Profits and Fraxium. They took everybody out. They laid waste to everybody in the ring. Then they stood tall to end the show. I was like, finally we get some sort of resemblance of the Wyatt Six back on this show, because we haven't really seen them, in a while. And if anything, I do appreciate them returning back to the Smackdown brand specifically. And it doesn't really matter, I guess, when I say that, because Smackdown and Raw, their tag team divisions are just weakened. Raw is just abysmal. Smackdown at the very least has some stories going on within the tag team division. There is more of, I guess, structure within the Smackdown tag team division. But still, it's like these tag team divisions, they need help. They're on, life support right now. And I guess for a team like the Wyatt Six, or a faction like the Wyatt Six, to come in and sort of, breathe new life to that is something that, they desperately need over there. But overall, this show really wasn't all that spectacular. This show really was all about the 2 qualifier matches that we got here tonight between Julia, Charlotte, Zelina Vega. Julia ended up winning this match. I thought, to be honest, they were going to give this match to Charlotte, but Julia ended up winning. They're sort of running this angle now, or this story, with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss kind of mocking her in a sense that Charlotte has essentially fallen off from the heights that Charlotte has, achieved thus far. We also had LA Knight against Shinsuke Nakamura and Aleister Black. LA Knight got the win over Pinsuke Nakamura here in this match. Aleister Black gave him the black mass, but then LA Knight took advantage, threw him out, and got the win over Shinsuke Nakamura. So LA Knight is going on to the Money in the Bank match. We also got a last minute R-Truth promo, because tomorrow night is Saturday night's main event. R-Truth says that, one thing I liked about this R-Truth promo is the fact that, R-Truth, he's making the clear distinction between, who this Cena is now and who this Cena was, when R-Truth knew him, right? This isn't the childhood hero of R-Truth, right? R-Truth is saying that he's going to beat the hustle, loyalty, respect back into him. He says that if Cena wins tomorrow, they riot, this whole shebang. And R-Truth ends it up with saying, "What's up?" Tomorrow, the match is non-title. I fully expect some sort of, they're going to try to weave in the story of John Cena trying to come back to the good side, so to speak, but then he's going to, take out R-Truth. I expect that match to be really short tomorrow night. We also got Zelina Vega against Chelsea Green announced for tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event. I don't know if I'm really feeling that, to be honest. I know the special tomorrow night is going to be 2 hours. Then you add commercials. Then you add these 5 matches. I feel like tomorrow night we're going to really just be, super focused on the fact that these matches tomorrow feel rushed, and honestly, they probably will be rushed tomorrow night. We also got a Bianca Belair sort of return vignette, and we got the confirmation that next week Bianca Belair will return back to her hometown of Knoxville. And I think it's great, because obviously we need some sort of closure to the whole Naomi, Bianca, Jade story. And I know next week they have a match scheduled for the qualifier for the women's side. I think it's Naomi against Jade against Nia Jax. I fully suspect that Naomi should go and win this match. I think she is my current favorite to win the Money in the Bank match. I think somebody like a Naomi could use it, because Naomi, she's been killing it thus far. I think if you give her the Money in the Bank, it's obviously going to add to her character and add to her aura, so to speak. And we also got Jacob Fatu teaming up with JC Mateo against Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. Backstage, there's a segment where Jacob Fatu tells Solo Sikoa that he doesn't trust JC, right? He doesn't trust him at all. He isn't blood. He doesn't know, whether or not he can trust him. But they have this match. They run the can they coexist angle between both of them, and they end up getting the win. Eventually, there's a segment in the backstage area where all 3 men, and they're walking, and Nick Aldis approaches him, tells Jacob Fatu the next week he has a qualifying match for the Money in the Bank. And Solo Sikoa, I put here on my notes, I put Solo Sikoa is the biggest hater known to mankind, because he's acting, super fake around Jacob, right? He's telling him like, oh man, it's gonna be you and me in the Money in the Bank match. Jacob Fatu, he's super happy about this, but he also tells Solo, for the first time in 6 months, he tells him, Solo, I love you, and then walks off. So, I don't know whether or not Jacob goes to the Money in the Bank match, because I feel like if Jacob wins, then how does he lose the Money in the Bank match? I don't know. I don't know if I would have Jacob in the Money in the Bank match, to be honest. But who knows? They may go that way, and they may have him there to sort of be opposite side of Solo. But who knows? We'll see if Jacob ends up winning next week. But let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know your thoughts and your reactions to SmackDown here tonight. And until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.